Hello everyone and welcome back to Ron Sexton Art, and I am Ron Sexton. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different with the amount of pillow paint we put down. I'll explain as we go along. The colors we're using today are TLP Mango, Azo Gold, Cadmium Orange Hue, Iridescent Gold Hue, Da Vinci Payne's Gray, Crimson Red, Prussian Blue Hue, Teal from Golden, and White Cell Activator from Amsterdam, Titanium White. As mentioned, we're going to be doing another test. This is also going to be a blast blow, but I want to use less pillow paint in hopes that the splatter effect can be maintained. So a little less pillow paint, we should be able to keep a lot more of the splatter. Before we start, I'm going to wet down the back of the canvas with my spray bottle, give it a good misting, and then just spread it out evenly over the back of the canvas to tighten it, and that will prevent any sagging in the center when putting all of the paint down. Okay, so here we go, putting down the pillow paint. I'm using the same PPG Multi-Pro. I'm going to put less of a puddle down, and I'm going to spread it out by hand evenly as best as I can over the entire front of the canvas, as opposed to putting a pool down and then putting the paints into the pool. So I'm going to spread the paint out evenly and then put the colors down and hope that when spinning it, it does not, majority of it does not go off the canvas. Okay, so we have a thin layer of pillow paint. Now we'll start adding our colors. The first color is going to be the Winsor & Newton Cadmium Orange. Then we're going to add the Atelier Prussian Blue. Just a little bit left of this. I'm going to make sure I use everything that I've got left. The Golden Iridescent Bright Gold. Arteza Crimson Red. Golden Azo Gold. Da Vinci Payne's Gray. Going to put down a little bit more of the iridescent gold. Then we have the TLP Mango. And on top of that, the Golden Teal. And then finishing it off with the White Cell Activator, which is Amsterdam Titanium White. Now we have the small supercharged blower. I'm going to turn it on, set it to the highest setting, which is number 4. And we're going to take aim and start blasting some blows on this and see what type of splatter effect. Good one. Another really good one. Aiming for the center of the cell activator and giving it a good splatter, trying to get some sort of a design here, looking for composition. There we go. All right. take one more over here. And we're good. If you've watched any of my previous blast blow videos, you'll know how important it is to pop the bubbles. When doing the blast blow splatter, it creates a lot of bubbles. Some of them are huge, some of them are small, and it's really important to go through, find them, and pop them. Now, the super great thing about the fact that you pop them is that underneath the bubble is usually a alternate color. So if you're popping on top of blue, there might be red, or there might be one of the other colors, gold, or something else that's underneath it, or even a design. So really important to pop them. If you don't pop them, they will pop later when it's drying. So it really is important to pop them before spinning. That way they are small and will grow, and some of them grow into something really, really interesting. They'll be boulders and odd shapes, which I really like. Additionally, I like to pull out as much of the extra cell activator that I can. That way don't end up with a muddied white center. You can also blow into it with a straw, but it just usually creates a bunch of small cells that don't look like they should be there. So going through the extra step of pulling out a pipette and sucking out as much of the extra cell activator is really worth the time and effort. Alright, so now take one more good look to see if there's any more bubbles that need to be popped, and there always are, so let me speed this up and pop all of the extra bubbles. If you look at the design, you can see that it already has some nice composition, in my opinion, and this is what I like. I like that splatter effect that's on the edges, and I want to keep as much of that, which hence the real reason for putting down as little pillow paint as possible in hopes that the majority of that will stay. We'll see. Time to take one more good look, and everything looks great. Okay, so we're going to give it a preliminary spin, a soft spin, and see what happens with it. Okay, so it is growing, and you can see that it did not grow huge. So it's maintaining its design and composition. Giving it another spin. The pillow paint is really thin at this point, so it's looking good. Only problem you'll notice is on the sides, there's not really enough pillow paint that rolled over the sides to cover the sides. So that's something that we're going to have to deal with. I'm going to adjust the canvas and cheat it on the spinner to get the paint to move, if possible, in the direction that I want it to. Okay, that worked. Now to reposition it back to the center and give it another good solid spin. All right. Again, you can see that the paint is so thin, the pillow, that it is not rolling over the sides to fill in the sides of the canvas. So again, we will have to attend to that. Now to deal with the sides, there is some of the paint that worked its way onto the spinner, so I'm going to pick up as much of it as I possibly can and apply it to the sides of the canvas to fill in all of the spaces that are not covered in paint. Speeding up through this process, but there was enough paint to fill everything in. So what I learned from this process is I like the idea of putting down minimal pillow paint using this technique, but if I'm going to do it again, and I will do another test, I would add a stream of paint along the edges on the top of the canvas so that when it gets spun out for the first time, that paint will roll over the sides and fill in the sides automatically. Looking at the final result, I really like it. This is chaos on canvas. It is just a lot of everything. There's so much going on. This really is my jam. I absolutely love this. So I'm really pleased with this test. I'm going to expand upon it in a future video. I'm still touching up the size and filling in, and we'll see how this dries. Please leave a comment with your thoughts on how this worked out, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and a thumbs up really helps. I look forward to seeing you at the next video, and we'll see you then. There's a lot more paint to pour.